so here we have boards that our friend Mr. Grasser made for us. These are handmade boards. He has a stamp on the back. He made these especially for our bruschetta, and so this way we can put 3 different pieces of bruschetta on each board on one of these handmade awesome beauties. So what I need to do now, this is unfinished. You just essentially take a little bit of food grade mineral oil and apply down this way. And you can see how it brings out the color as you put it on. Makes the grains show even a little bit more. So this is a multi-step process. I'll keep going, and you can kind of see already how it makes the wood look differently than the unfinished product. It's gonna be beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Grasser. So today is a big day. We have the health inspector coming in to do a food plan, basically a building health inspection. And I hope we get good news. It'd be great to pass it the first time. I'm not sure how health inspectors feel about being secretly recorded, but I'm gonna try and sneak something in for you. Okay, so we just had our first building inspection, and they found a couple of things that we need to fix before we could bring food in and I could start training everybody. So it was kind of nerve-wracking. It didn't go exactly the way that we wanted, but that's part of the process. And so we get to pay another fee and wait a few more days, and they will hopefully come out in like 3 or 4 days. And until then, we just have to keep staying busy, and gives me more time to get organized. I don't know if it's not what I wanted, but I'm gonna try and find a positive in here and try and find that understanding that it's gonna be the right timing, right? So we're gonna fix all the problems. They had, some grout that needed to be sealed. We need to hang up a couple more signs. They want some of the lights in certain spaces brighter than they are right now, and they're not necessarily all easy fixes, but it's not a lot. She said that we did pretty good for our first try, so I guess most people have to have more than one food plan inspection. But man, I'm anxious to get my food in here, and I'm anxious to get all my staff in here so we can start training and get to the fun stuff. So anyway, building codes are not my forte, and building permits aren't necessarily fun. I don't think anybody thinks they are, so I guess we're not the first to go through this, but we didn't have to do any of this at the first building because it was already passed, and this is a brand new building. Nobody's ever been in it before, so that's why this is a new experience for us. Yesterday did not turn out the way that we were hoping. We were hoping for a smooth one and done building food plan inspection, and I know that sounds naive to a lot of people, but we've never been through that before, like I said in my previous video. So today we had to make some decisions. We only know what we know. I did a lot of research this morning to see if there's any way that we could still continue, because this weekend we had planned on some private soft openings. We had invited some friends and family to come over and be our first to cook for. And part of the report at the end of the inspection said that we're not allowed to have any food in the space until they come back and re-evaluate and do a re-inspection. So we paid for that, and then we're waiting to hear back if they're going to come on Friday. Now, if they came on Friday, we could definitely apply for a temporary health permit. So that would mean they would just come in like any other temporary health permit, and then we could continue to have our soft opening that we were hoping for. But we're not in control of that, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what they say back in email, because we have to have it all in writing. I'm gonna walk you through and show you the things that we had to fix. So these can lights here in the counter service area were not bright enough. They needed to be 50% brighter. And then you see all of this tile from ceiling down to here. All of this needed to be resealed. And here in the women's restroom, they needed to fix a few things here. The tile, it's a gorgeous bathroom, by the way, but all this tile on the walls and on the floors needed to be sealed with a different sealant. And these can lights need to be brighter. And in the restrooms, the vents need to be ventier. They need to suck harder. So those are the things that they have to fix in here. Today is Saturday and the reinspection has been scheduled for Tuesday, and we are going to be ready.